Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. And before we get started, if you are not already, please click subscribe, turn on the notifications so you get every video as soon as we post it into your YouTube notifications. Anyhow, today, Brent Venables' quote about primetime Deion Sanders has been totally blown out of proportion. It was a quote about the pink slips that Deion uh, has done at Colorado in comparison to Deion's handling of a roster at another school compared to how Venables handled the roster at OU last year, where Venables gave a 1 year grace period. Everyone was allowed to stick it out for 1 year, try to better themselves and the program. And then if that didn't work out, then they're gone. Deion has, I think, 11 players remaining from the roster he inherited in December, one off season, and that's a drastic change of events. So it's absolutely crazy for this quote to be on a PTI discussion. Like, really, what Brent Venables said on Deion's handling is completely justified. Venables handled it the right way on the grace period because honestly, there were some guys last year he should have sent to the curb day one, like the luggage comments that Deion made before, like that they don't fit in the system. Venables tried to make it work, and it didn't work for some guys. Uh, but for this to be now a national topic, you look it up on Google, and every single site has an article out about it. Is just absolutely insane.
Yeah, I think that also with it being targeted at such a large audience because of college football now, so many mixed opinions on how Deion Sanders is going to do at Colorado is another reason why this quote maybe blew up or gained so much traction was because it was targeted at such a big name and such a big brand like Deion Sanders in Colorado.
And look, we know who moves the needle. It's not Brent Venables here, right? The needle mover is Deion Sanders. That's the only reason this was on PTI, guys.
Yeah, but see, it's different if Deion would have issued a quote directed at Venables, a snapback. All he issued was the will someone please help me track down this lie in reference to the tweet that was a fake quote from Deion of a snapback. Please help me identify this liar. God bless. I've never responded to any of these great coaches that choose to target me or our program. I'm great at walking and talking the talk, and if it were truly me, I would have referenced a Lamborghini. That's hashtag Coach Prime. Uh, it's not like Deion went ahead and called out Venables back or something like that. Like, it's for this to be on ESPN now. On the Athletic has an article out about it on three. It's just absolutely insane that a such a not big deal has turned into a nationwide issue.
Guys, welcome to July, mid July of the year. This is what happens almost, it seems like, every July as it get closer to football season. There's nothing going on. Now you're getting media days, and it's like, what can the world talk about? They're going to find things like this to talk about. And Dion, guys, I understand Dion did not come at Brent Venables. We all know that he's been kind of respectful. He hasn't said anything to kind of keep it going. It's been the media and like PTI stuff like that that's caused more of an issue of it. But also, Dion's going to get plenty of this same criticism when they go about 3-8 this year, 3-9. He's going to have to deal with this stuff because there's going to be these people out there that say it. Well, you got rid of your whole team. What did you expect?
Yeah, and I think that with Colorado having such a major transitional phase, things can be difficult for Deion Sanders in year one with new systems on both sides of the ball. And maybe he should have given some of these guys a good opportunity. For example, a guy like Jordan Tyson, who was one of the most sought after wide receiver transfers in the whole entire transfer portal, basically got the pink slip from Deion Sanders and was told to go from all the things we've heard. So is Deion Sanders playing his cards right? We don't know, but obviously Deion Sanders wants to bring in all these guys for his culture. But sometimes it's best not to rush everyone in and have it be such a natural growth into the culture that he wants it to
Did
be.
did Tyson get the pink slip, or I thought he stayed around for a while?
He was in the second wave of guys to get the boot. The
Yeah.
Hey,
after
I love Dion. I like Dion. He was one of my favorite players in the NFL, and as a Cowboy fan, loved him. Loved his cockiness. I'm interested to see how it translates to a head coach in a Power Five school, and so
Well, yeah,
I'm very interested in it.
the Pac-12 is barely Power 5 in my opinion, but it is. Hey, but the whole PTI issue, and it's not just Tony Kornheiser. I like PTI. I've been a fan a long time. It's a long airing show. It's been on for years. But people are preying on the downfall of OU last year. And I'll use that's how kids talk, preying on their downfall. That's what's really happening after the 6 and 7 year. And I've got news, guys. And if Sooner fans know this is coming, this is the Brent Venables we knew when he was at OU. And maybe he didn't have this kind of brash tone, but he's bringing it a little bit this year. And it's not just this comment. There was others directed maybe, at the University of Miami and some other things, but he's never been one to back away from truthful comments. And you can see that here. That's all he did. And it's being like Hunter has said, it's kind of absurd that it's gotten to ESPN at this point.
Yeah, and I think that with Venables, as you said, some of his comments, he's bringing the feistiness, the edginess, whatever you want to say, towards these universities, which shows me that Brent Venables last year, he was trying to build the fan base, hype up the culture, knowing Brent Venables knew that it wasn't just going to be a one-season fix. He knew that there was going to be some struggles last year. You can tell if you go back and watch the way he talked. And we were blinded by it because of just the hypeness we had surrounding, hey, Brent Venables is back. He's going to change this culture, turn this defense around in 1 year. But the truth of the matter is Brent Venables is so much more confident in this year's team. And he knows that this Oklahoma team is going to be different, and they're going to shut up some of the national haters.
Yeah, and all you have to do is go look at Clemson year 1 to year 2 defensively. Huge jump. You're going to see the same thing with OU just because of the time of being in the system and the player, the talent-wise. But also, let me ask you guys this question, because this should answer the question of why this should not be an issue. Do each one of y'all agree with what Brent Venables said about Deion Sanders? Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you agree. And then do you agree with how Deion has handled it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Deion has
So there
not.
should be no issue. There should be no issue, but there is,
Exactly. That's what we started this off on.
Yeah.
Is how does this soared up to PTI now? Like, that's a show for true controversies, not a comment made and no comment really received back.
Well, the fake Twitters has helped feed it, because people like me, who's not the most Twitter happy guy and the person that doesn't know a whole lot, I see some stuff on Twitter and I think it's real. And if I'm thinking it's real, there's a lot of other people thinking it's real, and that feeds the fire of it being an issue, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see if Deion did it his way, Brent did it his way. There's nothing wrong with either of the ways, but they will be questioned, specifically Deion Sanders next year, in how their team performs. This will come back to maybe hurt Deion if they don't perform well and how things are handled, or at least knowing that it's going to be a few years. He had some dudes on that team that left. Let's just be honest. There are some dudes that went to other Power 5 schools that left him.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that the hype surrounding Colorado is going to be interesting to watch this year, with them. Obviously, they have one of the best young players in all of college football in Travis Hunter, who is labeled as a generational talent by some coming out of high school. So can Deion Sanders develop him? Obviously, they signed the number 1 cornerback in the 2023 recruiting class in Cormani McClain. So, Deion Sanders is going to be able to recruit his guys, but can he develop them?
Yeah. And there you have it, guys. Leave the comments of your thoughts on the Brent Venables versus Deion Sanders big time argue, debate, whatever everyone wants to call it, down in the comments below. What are your thoughts? And thanks for joining us tonight. Make sure you subscribe. Till next time, guys. Boomer.
Sooner.